Hello, welcome to Liverpool FC News Today channel.
Virgil van Dijk has set such a lofty benchmark in recent years and he remains the best in the business even when is operating below the peak of his powers. The Dutch colossus, 30, is widely regarded as the world's finest centre-back for good reason, dominating strikers, spraying passes and covering ground like none of his rivals can. If there is one criticism of the Liverpool star, he has been slightly indecisive when defending against counter-attacks this season. Perhaps lacking decisiveness and sharpness, which will take time to return after a 10-month stretch on the sidelines. But the fact remains Van Dijk is arguably the Reds' most important player alongside Mohamed Salah, which is saying something given the Egyptian forward's breathtaking form. Is Virgil van Dijk the best defender in the world? Have your say in the comments. He has played 90 minutes in each of Liverpool's Premier League fixtures this season and has been a figure of consistency in defence as colleagues Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson and Alisson have struggled at times. Viewing the bigger picture, there can be no doubt Van Dijk has lived up to the £75 million fee paid to Southampton in January 2018 and then some. It might be too far to say the former world record transfer was a bargain, but the scout who unearthed Van Dijk insists he could have made the switch to one of Europe's heavyweights far sooner. David Moss was head of Celtic's senior scouting department at the time of the defender's arrival in Scotland from Groningen after watching him stand out like a sore thumb for the Dutch club. He, Van Dijk, was fast, won all his headers, you couldn't beat him 1v1. He could pass 60 yards on both feet and he scored free kicks, Moss told Goal. Despite the player's clear ability, Moss admits Premier League heavyweights were among those who were not brave enough to sign Van Dijk from Celtic. Incredibly, I kept getting excuses, Moss added. They were often about his performances in the Champions League or saying doing it in the Scottish League didn't mean a lot. And people wouldn't listen. Everyone inside Celtic had total belief in him, but a lot of people in football didn't. For me, he didn't need the Southampton step, he was ready for a big six move straight from Celtic. They just weren't brave enough to bring him in. Van Dijk would go on to join the Saints for just £13 million in 2015 before his big money move to Anfield 2.5 years later. Where do Liverpool need to strengthen in January? Give your verdict below. Since then, he has marshalled Liverpool to the Champions League and Premier League. His list of individual honors includes 2018-19 UEFA Men's Player of the Year and PFA Players Player of the Year for the same season. Having battled back from a ruptured anterior cruciate ligament and growing sharper by the week, Van Dijk will look to add to his Liverpool legacy with 3.5 years remaining on his contract. And every future success will serve as a painful reminder for those top-flight rivals who passed up the chance to sign him.